Hey everybody, thanks for joining me again. Today we're going to be fixing a split door jamb. I don't know if you guys should be able to see that kind of gnarly split going up and down the side of the latch. This is an industrial door. We are in a commercial industrial area. Forgive the background noise. We got a lot going on. There's a cable outage and internet's beeping and some kind of machine just kicked on over in that warehouse there. But just to give you a quick rundown, if you want to stop a split, we're going to drill a couple holes. One at the very top of the split, one at the bottom. That's going to round out and stop the split. Today, instead of going full bore with the Bondo, we're initially going to try some Gorilla Glue in there. We're going to open that crack up, apply it, work it in with a joint knife, and then clamp it closed, let it set, and hopefully that does the job. So I'm going to take you along for the ride. Stand by. So as promised, we are going to drill a hole at the top and bottom of the split just to stop it dead in its tracks. And I'm going to mark this with the pencil so you guys can see it a little bit better, although I'm sure you can see that dark vein there. That's the bottom edge. We are going to drill at the tip there. And then, unfortunately, this one kind of rounds the corner a little bit, so this might be a little bit more awkward. But that split terminates about right there, just behind that weather stripping. So we're gonna come in, see if I can hold the camera simultaneously here. I'm drilling about 1/4 of an inch, and then we're going to come down here and drill in about 1/4 of an inch, just so we know that we're going to stop that split. We do have wood putty to eventually patch up those little drill holes with, which you will need. So next we're going to take off this latch. We're going to get some glue in there, and then we're going to clamp this on, let it set, reattach this unit, and then we'll putty up our holes. Looks like one of those is a metal screw. We're going to have to replace that with something rated for wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some super glue gel by Gorilla Glue. I'm going to apply a decent sized bead all along the crack here. I can't do this simultaneously with the camera. With one finger, I'm going to hold open that crack, and then the other finger, I'm going to come in with a taping knife, and I'm just going to kind of spread that in while I'm opening up that gap. And then we'll come back and we'll clamp that closed, and I'll include you with that. Alright, as promised. Actually, let's grab the clamp here. I'm gonna hook this on the back side, and that's gonna open up that crack a bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. And we're gonna spread this Gorilla Glue over the length of the crack, taking care that we work it in for the whole length. Now if this ends up failing us in the future, we're going to come back, we're going to open up that crack, and we're going to do a Bondo repair. This should give us a very strong hold in the meantime. And I'm even going to squeeze a little bit more, especially in the areas around the holes. maybe a little bit more at the top here. I'm gonna open this up just a little bit more. Do some extra working in. Move this clamp down a little bit. Work it in down there. Now, I'm going to clamp this tight. I'm going to let that sit for several minutes. Initially, the set time for the Gorilla Glue recommends about 10 to 45 seconds, but I'm going to let this sit for the duration of time that I'm here, which is going to be about 15-20 minutes or so. And then I'm going to reinstall that latch. We're going to leave this door. Nobody's going to use it for the entire weekend. And we're going to let that properly set for at least 24 hours. Now this is setting. We're about 5 minutes in. I'm going to sand down the surface a little bit and get rid of some of that superficial dried up adhesive residue. Now from the adhesive getting into some of these holes, we don't want to drive our screws in and then have that pressure bulge that crack back out. So we're going to go ahead and kind of just very lightly, and I'm using here just under a 1/8 inch drill bit, we're going to bore out those screw holes just a little bit. We're also going to make sure that our top and bottom holes are cleared out to relieve the crack. I'm going to go ahead and fill the top and bottom hole with some of this DAP plastic wood filler. Alright, that's the correct hole. Just clear that hole out again. Easy does it. So we can see now why they decided to use that long self-tapping metal screw, because we do have metal on the back side of that jamb. So we are not going to switch it for a wood screw. We're going to go ahead and put that one back in. So that is nice and strong. And as the container Gorilla Glue rated, it's going to take 24 hours for full cure. But even here, after, 15-20 minutes, it's already super strong. So it looks like this is going to do the job that we need. Make sure this door closes. And it does. We're in good shape. Thanks for joining me, you guys.